Feeding birds in winter. Survival can be difficult for birds in Illinois during the winter. Their natural food supplies may be greatly reduced. They may also have trouble gaining access to food that is covered by snow or ice. By providing food to birds at a feeder or on the ground, you can assist them while having fun. Feeding birds may allow you to see these animals up close and watch their behaviors. Feeding birds at school can allow students to study bird food preferences, feeding adaptations, and other traits. These studies can be based upon and used to help them meet state and national learning standards. A variety of items can be used to feed birds in winter, and variety in the diet is good for birds. We will look at a few of the foods that can be used to attract and feed birds in winter. Try several of them to see what combination works best with the birds in your area. If birds are not eating an item, replace it with a different one. Corn and other cereal grains. Cereal grains are grasses that are grown for their edible fruits. Corn, wheat, millet, and rice are examples of cereal grains. Most birds will eat dried corn in some form: whole kernel, cracked, cornmeal, dried on the cob, and cornbread. Cracked corn is whole kernel corn that has been chopped into smaller pieces. It can be eaten by small birds that cannot swallow a full kernel of corn. Whole kernel corn, either left on the cob or shelled from the cob, may provide food for species including the northern bobwhite, mourning dove, red-bellied and other woodpeckers, blue jay, and northern cardinal. Other cereal grains that are used as bird foods include wheat, millet, and sorghum. Cracked wheat is included in some purchased birdseed mixes. It may be eaten by several types of birds including the northern bobwhite, blue jay, chickadees, mourning dove, northern cardinal, American goldfinch, and pine siskin. Millet is a small spherical seed that is often the main ingredient in purchased birdseed mixes. It is taken by mourning doves, blackbirds, and some sparrows and finches, but many birds will not eat it. Sorghum is another spherical grain included in commercial birdseed mixes. It is much larger than millet. The mourning dove, blackbirds, and some sparrows and finches will eat this grain. Grains are low in proteins and some vitamins, but high in carbohydrates and oils needed for energy. A balanced diet for birds at feeders should include grains, other seeds, nuts, suet, and fruit. Thistle seeds. Thistle seeds that are used to attract purple finches, American goldfinches, pine siskins, redpolls, and a few other small birds are actually Niger seeds. Niger is a plant native to Africa that is grown for its seeds that are loaded with proteins, oils, and sugars. Sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are eaten by any birds that can crack open the husk. The northern cardinal, chickadees, tufted titmouse, nuthatches, sparrows, finches, and other species are attracted to sunflowers. Black oil sunflower seeds have high fat and protein content and a thin shell for easy cracking. Striped sunflower seeds have a large, hard shell and not as much seed per shell as the black oil sunflower seeds. Use only unsalted sunflower seeds for the birds. Suet, lard, and grease. Suet is the fat of cows and sheep. Lard is fat from pigs. Grease includes the remains from lard, oils, bacon, or other fats after cooking. Suet can be offered pure or blended with cornmeal, peanut butter, stale breadcrumbs, and other items. Lard and grease are mainly used in suet mixtures. They are high in energy and popular with all birds that visit feeding stations. Peanuts. Peanuts are loaded with protein and fat. Shelled peanuts can be scattered on the ground, placed in feeders, or strung together and hung between two branches. The blue jay, woodpeckers, tufted titmouse, Nuthatches and common grackle will eat peanuts in the shell. Chopped peanuts are better suited for small birds. Peanut butter can be used in suet mixtures. Use natural peanuts. Do not use salted peanuts. Fruits. Dried fruits, raisins for example, will be eaten by certain bird species like the American robin, thrushes, eastern bluebird, waxwings, gray catbird, and northern mockingbird. Sliced apples, bananas, grapes, and oranges are sometimes eaten by the northern mockingbird, gray catbird, Carolina wren, American robin, and European starling. Fruits can be important food sources during late winter and early spring snowstorms when few other foods are available for migratory songbirds. Almonds. Chopped almonds will be eaten by a variety of birds, including the blue jay, woodpeckers, tufted titmouse, and nuthatches. Black walnut. Crack the shell of black walnuts that fall naturally from their parent tree and let the birds pick out the nut meat. Woodpeckers, chickadees, titmice, and nuthatches will utilize this food source. American cheese. A slice or chunk of American cheese may be consumed by the downy woodpecker, Carolina wren, and American robin. Popcorn. When popped, popcorn will be eaten by the American crow, chickadees, common grackle, and blue jay. Do not use salted or seasoned popcorn. Birds will not generally eat the unpopped kernels. Grit. Grit is made of hard, small objects. It is important to birds for the minerals it contains. Birds also use grit as grinding materials in their digestive tract. In winter, especially when there is a lot of snow on the ground, birds may have trouble finding grit. Ashes, charcoal pieces, sand, eggshells, or purchased grit from pet stores and farm stores can be used separately or combined as grit. White bread. Small pieces of fresh or stale white sandwich bread are readily eaten by nearly all birds that visit feeders. Water is an important consideration when feeding birds. Be sure to provide fresh water for the birds each day, especially when natural water sources are frozen. Some foods can be harmful to birds. Peanut butter is better used in suet mixtures than as pure peanut butter. Birds can have trouble swallowing pure peanut butter. Millet seeds have been known to cause the death of brown-headed cowbirds and red-winged blackbirds by blocking their trachea. Foods like coconut and dry oats that swell with moisture after they are eaten can lead to internal injuries. Any foods that are allowed to spoil and remain at the feeder are harmful too. There are other potential problems with feeding birds too. Foods placed outside to attract birds may also attract unwanted visitors such as squirrels, Virginia opossums, raccoons, white-tailed deer, and others. Spoiled food, like moldy bread, should not be used. Foods that are salted or seasoned with spices should not be used. Keep seeds, nuts, and other dry food in airtight containers that cannot be opened or gnawed into by rodents or other animals. Feeding the birds in winter can provide you with hours of birdwatching opportunities each day. Keep the feeding area and your feeders clean, provide food and water daily, and see how many birds you can attract. Don't forget the great backyard bird count in February. Take part in this citizen science project. You'll find details at this website.